Hi children, in that previous video what we discussed? Yes, we discussed up to simple equations, right? So in that previous video we discussed completely about that simple equations and methods also completed. So now in this video we are going to discuss about that linear equations in two variables. Simple equations means linear equations in one variable, right? So here linear equations in two variables we will discuss in this video. Okay? Linear equations. Okay, so here linear equations in two variables means the general form of linear equation in two variables. Its general form is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Okay, here the equation which is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, then we will call that equation as a linear equation in two variables. Why we call this equation as a linear equation, ma'am? Why? Because linear equation means what I told you, that the degree of that equation must be equals to 1, then we will call those equations as linear equations. Again, in that linear equations, if that equation consisting of only one variable, we will call that one as a linear equation in one variable. If that equation is consisting of two variables, then we will call that one as a linear equation in two variables. Clear? So here how here we can say that the degree of that linear equation is 1. Okay, so for example, the equation which is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, here what is that power of x? That is 1, and power of y is also 1. Okay, so here ax power 1, this is one of the term, by power 1, this is another term, right? So here we have to say that the highest power of the term, okay, the highest power of that term in that equation is called that degree of that given equation. Okay, so here the degree is equals to 1, that's why we will call this one as a linear equation, and it has two variables, that's why we will call this equation as a linear equation in two variables. Okay, is it clear? Now here a linear equation in two variables, it represents a straight line. It represents a straight line. It represents a straight line. Okay, so what is that representation, ma'am? Here you written one of the equation. Why here you written here straight line? Why? Because in that graphical representation you have idea about that graph, right? X-axis and y-axis. Okay, so if you take that x value and y value, you will get that if you substitute x value, you will get that y value. Okay, for example here x minus y is equals to 1. X minus y is equals to 1. So for example here, x is equals to, if you take that 2, then what is the value of y? 2 minus y is equals to 1. So minus y is equals to 1 plus 2 become as minus 2. So minus y is equals to minus 1. So minus and minus gets cancelled, so y is equals to 1. So what is that here? Y is equals to 1. Okay, I will tell you later this one, just substitution I am saying. Why here I am saying this is a straight line. Okay, so this is the clarification for only straight line. Later we will discuss about this one. Okay, just to see that. So here we got that y is equals to 1, and here we taken x is equals to 2. X is equals to 2, y is equals to 1. Okay, we can point that here. For example here this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. On that y-axis, this is x-axis, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So here on that x-axis I taken here 2, on that y-axis we got that point as 1. Okay, so if you substitute that any other number at the place of x, so x is equals to 3. Okay, then what is the value of y? Is equals to 1. So minus y is equals to 1 minus 3. So minus y is equals to minus 2. So minus minus gets cancelled, therefore y is equals to 2. So if I take an x is equals to 3, then y is equals to 2. Okay, for example if you take that x is equals to 1. Okay, is it satisfies here? 1 minus y is equals to 1. So what is the value of y? For example x is equals to 1. 1 minus y is equals to 1. So minus y is equals to 1 and here plus 1 become as a minus 1. So what is the value of y here? That is 0. So y is equals to 0. Minus 0 we can't write, right? So that's why here y is equals to 0. So if you take that x is equals to 1, then you will get that point as on y that is equals to 0. Okay, so like this only you will get it, no? So that's why here if you take this one, then you will get that a straight line only, no? If you add that these all points here somewhere you will get that another points. So if you add these all points, you can observe here one of the straight line. You can observe here one of the straight line. So which equation we taken here? That is in the form of x minus y is equals to 1. So that is in the form of ax plus by plus c only, no? Okay, so an equation which is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, which means linear equation in two variables always represents a straight line. Okay, why I told here straight line? For that explanation only, I don't like this graphical explanation. Next I will tell you that one. Okay, so here linear equations in one variable, we taken here only one equation. We can simplify that equation to find that what is that unknown value, right? By using any one of the method from the three methods what we discussed, guess method or trial and error method. Next one balancing method. Next one is transposing method. So we can use that any one of the method from that, then we can find that values of given variables. Okay, but here two variables there, no, that is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Okay, how we can simplify that equation and how we can get that the values of x and y? Yes, here for the two variables it requires here two equations. How many equations requires? Two equations requires. So we can write this one as a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0. Another equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. So to simplify linear equation in two variables, we need how many equations? Two equations required here. For that one variable, one equation sufficient. But here two variables there, no, that's why we need here two equations. If two equations there, then only we can find the values of given two variables. Here x and y there, no, so we can find the values of x and y. So here, how to find, ma'am? Here we have that three methods again. What are those three? Okay, so the first method is substitution method, method of substitution. Method of substitution. Next, the second one, method of elimination. Method of elimination by equating the coefficients. By equating the coefficients. Okay, and the next one is cross multiplication. Okay, so here we have that three methods. By using these three methods, we can find the values of x and y. Okay, so to simplify that linear equation in two variables, we have that three methods. How many methods are there? Three methods are there. What are those methods means? The first one is a method of substitution and the second one is a method of elimination by equating the coefficients. Method of elimination by equating the coefficients, that is the second method. And next one, cross multiplication. So by using these three methods, we can simplify that linear equations in two variables. Okay, so let us see that the first method, method of substitution. So children, here I am going to take that one of that example. By using that example, I will show you that three methods also. Okay, by using three methods, how to simplify that. Okay, the example is 3x minus 5y is equals to minus 1. 3x minus 5y is equals to minus 1. We need here two equations, no? So that's why here this is the first equation. So second equation is x minus y is equals to minus 1. x minus y is equals to minus 1. So here I taken these two equations. Now I want to know the values of x and y. So how to find that the values of x and y? By using substitution. Substitution here in that name only, that substitution means we have to replace that. Okay, we have to replace that variable with some other variable. Okay, so here we can replace with x with y or y with x. If you replace that x value in that value of y, then you will get that answer in that y terms or x terms. Okay, terms in x or terms in y. Okay, well, let us see that. So here I taken two equations, no? So that first equation and this is the second equation. So better to choose that easiest equation. Why easiest means which coefficient is equals to 1. Okay, coefficient of x is equals to 1, coefficient of y is equals to 1. Here possibility is there, that's why here one coefficient possibility is there. For example, here 2x minus 3y is equals to minus 1. Then you can choose that any one of that equation. Okay, so first I am going to choose that the second equation, that is x minus y is equals to minus 1. Okay, so from this equation I want to know that any one of that variable value here. Okay, so I want to just transpose the terms. So x is equals to minus 1 become as a plus y, minus y become as a plus y. So again still we need here minus 1, no? So that's why x minus 1 become as a plus 1, which is equals to y. So shall we write like this? This equation shall we write like this? Yes, of course. Okay, so we can write this one as y is equals to x plus 1. So the value of y is equals to x plus 1. From this equation we got that. Now substitute. Now substitute y is equals to x plus 1. Which one we got here? Y is equals to x plus 1 in. From that second equation we got this one, right? From that second equation we got that y is equals to x plus 1. So that's why that value we have to substitute in that equation number 1. Okay, again I am saying that this value we got from that equation number 2. That's why this value we need to substitute in that equation number 1. Okay, for suppose if you get that the value from that equation number 1, then that value we have to substitute in that equation number 2. Okay, in that another equation we need to substitute. Okay, so from this one, see here, what is that in that equation? 3x minus 5y is equals to minus 1. Okay, now here we got that y is equals to x plus 1, no? So substitute that value here. 3x write as it is, minus 5 into, at the place of y only we have to substitute this value. So y is equals to x plus 1. So y we written in terms of x, which is equals to minus 1. Is it clear? Now simplify this. 3x minus into plus is equals to minus, 5 into x is equals to minus 5x. Okay, next minus into plus is equals to minus, 5 into 1 is equals to 5, which is equals to minus 1, which is equals to minus 1. So here 3x minus 5x is equals to minus 2x, minus 2x. 5 minus 3 is equals to 2, and the greatest value is the 5x, that is having the negative sign, so we have to keep that negative sign here. So minus 2x is equals to minus 5 become as a plus 5, and here minus 1 write as it is. Just I transposed the term minus 5 LHS into RHS. Okay, so here minus 2x is equals to 5 minus 1, which is equals to 4. So minus 2x is equals to 4. Again I am writing this step. So from this one we need to find the value of x. Okay, we have to find the values of x and y, right? So here x is equals to 4 and minus 2 into x both are in multiplication, no? So multiplication become as division. So minus 2. 2 ones and cancels by 2 times here. So x is equals to, we got the value as minus 2. X is equals to minus 2. Clear? Now by using this value we need to find that y value. Here we got that y value, but y value is there in terms of x. Okay, so that's why we need to find the value of y. So x is equals to minus 2. Now substitute Now substitute x is equals to minus 2 in second equation or first equation, that is your wish. Here your wish only. In any one of the equation, if you substitute that x is equals to minus 2 in first equation, then also you will get that y value. And in the same, if you want to substitute that x is equals to minus 2 in that second equation, then also you will get that same value only. So here your wish, that is. So I want to substitute that x is equals to minus 2 in that second equation, in equation number 2. Okay, so what is that here? X minus y is equals to minus 1. So here x is equals to minus 2, we need to substitute minus 2 minus y is equals to minus 1. So minus 2 minus y is equals to minus 1. So from this one, minus y take it as subject, which is equals to minus 1. Minus 2 become as a plus 2. Okay, so from this one, minus y is equals to minus 1 plus 2, which is equals to 1. So here negative is there, no? So that's why y is equals to minus 1. Okay, just multiply both sides with a negative sign, then you will get that positive values only, no? So here we got that x and y positive values. So x is equals to x is equals to minus 2 and y is equals to minus 1. Here positive values means x and y, it's a sign, I am saying that. Okay, it's a sign, positive x, positive y, but the values of x and y both are negatives here. Okay, x is equals to minus 2 and y is equals to minus 1. The values of x and y are negatives. What I am saying is x before positive and y before positive I am saying, but the values of x and y are negatives only. Okay, so by using the method, that is method of substitution, we have to find that value in this way. Okay, so this method we learned in this video, no? So in the next video we will discuss that method of elimination by equating the coefficients. Okay, in this video just observe that here we got that y is equals to minus 1, x is equals to minus 2. So which example I take in here, the same example I will take in that next video, and I will take the same example to prove in that elimination method also. Just observe that in this method and in that second method you will get the same answer or not. Okay,